तो उनका कहना है कि कुछ नहीं पहले से भी था। जब जिमी जामा माने हमारा वो कोल्यूं कोलो जिमी जामा बोलते, एक ऐसा वर्ड है, शब्द है, आबी आदि गालो तागिन निसी पतनी, ये जो 5 अवतनी का डिसेंडेंट है, कोई भी डेटिस उसको वो उई बोलते हैं। तो उई जो है, मेरा चाचा का कहने का मतलब ना, इसको इसमें अपातनी में बोलते त्रान धर्मा हुआ हुमा अतु दोषु माने सेल्फ हुमा अतु दोषु माने सेल्फ एग्जिस्टिंग त्रा हुआ, ये सब क्रिएशन है, प्रोसेस ऑफ क्रिएशन है, डिफरेंट टाइप ऑफ प्रोसेस ऑफ क्रिएशन है। उसको किसी भी प्रोसेस से नहीं किया, वो अपना सेल्फ एग्जिस्टिंग है। तो वही सब माने आपका पहला हम लोग का कोल्यूं कोलो का बर्स जो है, उसमें कोल्यूं जी में तो कोल्यूं जामा दो कोल्यूं त्रा डार्लिंगला, माने उसका मतलब कोल्यूं में जब कुछ भी नहीं था, जी में जामा ना लाइट ना साउंड, कुछ भी नहीं था, तो कोल्यूं लोद का तो दूरी ने आंचाल लोद तो कोलो लोविंग का बेरो बेरे ने आंदो लोविंग बेंतल उचर हो गया तकर उरो हो गया ताशी जट्टू हो गया दानी जर्मा हो गया पोलो। इस तरह से ये जो पहला बार्स है, इसका मतलब है कि जब उई जो है उसका कंसेंटियस जो है कुछ करना है, ये जो है एक पॉइंट पे आ गया, तो कोल्यूं लोद पूरा बहुत जोरदार साउंड का साथ में, संपूर्ण वाइब्रेशन का साथ में आंचा आंदो में इसमें जितना पॉसिबल स्पेस है, ऐसा होके फिर एलिमेंट्स को उभरा। ये ऐसा हमारा ये जो इनिशियल क्रिएशन का कहानी है, आप पहले भी सुना है। तो उसमें से ये उई जो है वो खत्म होने वाला नहीं है, वो एवरलास्टिंग है, इटर्नल है। तो वो ऐसा पूरा यूनिवर्स को, एलिमेंट्स को क्रिएट करने के बाद में फिर ग्योतुरा दुदुगी मीरे प्यारा दुगी पा किदी दोलम जी किंदो मदो दोलम जी, यानी उसका बाद में जब एलिमेंट्स क्रिएट हो गया, तो ये जो फर्दर ह्यूमन क्रिएशन या लिविंग बीइंग का क्रिएशन करना है, उसके लिए प्लेटफॉर्म चाहिए। तो इसलिए आर्ट को डग किया सेलेस्टियल वाटर से, सेलेस्टियल पानी से। तो इसी तरह से फिर बोलने से आर्ट का फॉर्मेशन भी एक पूरा युग लगा है ज्योग्राफिकल पिक्चर आने में, उसका कहानी हम नहीं बोलेगा। फिर यांत पोत का रूप में वो जो हुई जो है, पहला उसका मैनिफेस्टेशन हम लोग आज ही बोलते हैं, यांत पोत का रूप में, माने द इपिटम ऑफ बेनोवेलेंसी, मेलवोलेंसी दोनों है, दोनों एट्रीब्यूट है। लास्ट टाइम में एक क्रिश्चियन भाई, अपना चौथा भाई है, आपको का तो बहुत ये जो सेक्रीफाइस करता है, तो अभी तब हम आप वही और हमारा गॉड को इक्वेट करता है क्या? हम दोनों बराबर है, हमारा में मेलवोलेंसी है और बेनोवेलेंसी है दोनों। तो मैं बेनोवेलेंस का रूप में, जानत पोत का रूप में आया, तो तब से हम लोग वही जो है, हम लोग को सस्टेन करने के लिए अलग अलग रूप में आया। आजकल इतना डेटी से उसका ही फॉर्म है, ये कहना है मेरा चाचा का। और अभी पूरा डेटीज का लिस्ट भी है, म्योको का, मुरू का, हर फेस्टिवल का, उसमें क्या फॉर्म में आया, कैसा फॉर्म में आया, वो पूरा हम नहीं जाएगा। उसी तरह से हमने उसको बोला है कि सबका माने भगवान एक ही है। आप देखिए, आपका क्रिश्चियन का देखिए तो गॉड भी मैंने खुश होने से स्वर्ग, नाराज होने से नरक तो दोनों एट्रीब्यूट है। अब जो भी मिसमें वो कंसेप्ट है, उसी तरह से हम लोग का मेल वोलेंसी है, बेनेवोलेंसी है, उसी हिसाब से हम लोग मिसमें जो मेल वोलेंट हो जाता है उसको हम लोग प्रार्थना करते हैं कि आप बेनेवोलेंस बन जाओ। इस तरह का हमारा कंसेप्ट है। तो ऐसा करके भगवान जो है आदमी को आपका अपना क्रिएशन को इतना दिल से माने केयर करता है कि वो जैसा जैसा युग बढ़ते गया, क्रिएशन आगे बढ़ते गया, उसमें जैसा रिक्वायरमेंट के हिसाब से वो अलग अलग रूप में मैनिफेस्टेशन किया। फिर जांत पोत से नूर आने, नूट आने, फिर उसको सब यूनिवर्स को तो बना दिया, आर्ट को बना दिया, वेजिटेशन बन गया। तो उसमें से हम लोग का समाज में ऐसा मानता है कि दोनों पोलों का, सूरज का मैनिफेस्टेशन जो है सबसे माने बढ़िया, सबसे केयरिंग, सस्टेनिंग, नरिशिंग वो उसका मिशनरी मैनिफेस्टेशन है। इसलिए हम लोग दोनों पोलो को मानता है। और अभी उसी का नाम से, जो कि पहले नाम नहीं था, उसी का नाम से इसको रिसेंटली सम डिकेड्स बैक प्रेसिडेंट किया है कि दोनों पोलो रिलीजन। तो उसमें बहुत सारा डेटीज में वो ये जो है मैनिफेस्टेशन हुआ है, उसको हम आगे नहीं बोलेगा। उसमें से एक सबसे माने केयरिंग गॉडेस का रूप में आया आज का ये जो है, उसको युलोआन बोलते हैं। ये युलो बोलने से वो जो कांग्रेगेशन ऑफ वेरियस माने बेनेवोलेंट डेटीज, तो उसको एक माँ का रूप में भी बोलता है कोई। दिल्ली जाने से एक प्लेटफॉर्म का रूप में, क्योंकि उधर गैदर होता है। तो ये उसी रिचुअल का रिलेटेड कहानी है। तो मैं थोड़ा अंग्रेजी में आपको पढ़ दूंगा। In olden days, a poor man lived in a village in Zero Valley. His name was Karindacha. He was the poorest among the villagers, but was rich in his faith in deities. Whenever there used to be a performance of ritual or ceremony in his village, he never failed to participate. He was an expert in making yuga. Yuga means altar, वो जो पूजा का जो इमेज होता है, and always give his helping hand to them. People loved him and always sought him because he was dedicated and used to prepare the yoga beautifully with the faith and love. तो सब पानी ले लेगा, हाँ? As per indigenous Apatani belief system, the goddess Yulo is goddess of health, prosperity, and affluence. It is held that if someone performs Yulo ceremony, goddess Yulo, along with her associate and allied deities, shower him with blessing of health and prosperity abundantly. But it is an expensive ritual for poor and commoners. Only affluent people can afford to perform it. However, it is believed that the Yulo deity has compassionate and caring heart for faithful believers. Clan members and villagers participate in the performance of the Yulo ritual with sincerity, dedication, and faith. They too are blessed equally. ये मान्यता है कि यूलो जो है बहुत ही काइंड है. One day, a rich man in village who was ailing sought an ocular sign of how to get relief from his ailment through ovomancy. After examining the egg, the wise elders and shamans told him to perform the Yulo ceremony to propitiate the Yulo deity. Since it was a big event, the decision and suggestion of wise elder and shamans were made known to every villager. On the scheduled day of the Yulo ritual, all villagers gathered there to participate in the ceremony. As usual, Karindacha also came there to help them prepare Yugyam for the Yulo deity. There were other villagers too who were prepared. Karindacha was asked to prepare the Byodu and Chucha. ये एक स्पेसिफिक पार्ट होता है, मीन्स अल्टर में सजाने के लिए एक टुकड़ी का जैसा बास्केट का जैसा होता है. For Yulo deity, as usual, Karindacha happily started preparing the Byodu and Chucha with sincerity, dedication, faith, and devotion. The ritual ceremony was performed successfully. Everyone went to their home joyously after final ceremony feast. Karindacha also returned to his house happily because such a grand ceremony was rarely performed. He felt as if he had performed the ceremony himself and went to sleep. That night, he saw an old lady in his dream and told him, Dacha, I'm happy to receive your yag, carrying basket. Yag means you prepared for me. It is so beautiful. Surely I will give you back appropriately soon. Karindacha woke up a bit late and was troubled by his dream and was thinking about who that unknown lady was in his dream. When did he give her yag? What does she want to give him back. In our tradition, the rich people who owns many mituns and cows, engage other people to look after their mitun. They were not fed, but in case of female mitun or cow, after every 2 issue of babies, the third issue goes to the caretaker. Karindacha and his friend were entrusted to look after on this term to the herds of mitun of a rich man. He got up late that morning and was thinking about his dream. His friend came and asked, "You were always early in searching and caring for the mitun. Why so late today?" "I don't know why I'm late. I have been dreaming a lot," Karindacha replied wearily. "Anyway, I was in the morning round and saw the mitun you have been taking care of had given birth to 2 baby mituns." His friend told him and asked, "I think this is the third issue and it will be yours." "Yes, this issue is third and would fall in my account." Excited and happy, Karindacha replied, "Wow, you're lucky. Both babies are female," and added his friend. When this news struck his mind, he realized that the lady he saw in the dream must be goddess Yuloane. He also remembered Byodnu and Chucha he prepared at the ceremony and understood that 2 mitun babies were her gift from the Yulo goddess. He felt so grateful, thanked the Yulo deity. Afterward, Karindacha also became owner of 2 mitun. Later, when 2 female mitun grows up and give birth so many more mituns, Dacha owned a herd of mitun. He bought many lands and other properties in exchange for the mitun from his herd. He became a rich man in the village with the blessing of Yulo deity and was respected by all. तो यहाँ मेरा कहानी खत्म होता है और ये हमारा बुजुर्ग लोग हमेशा बोलता था कि आप भगवान को मैंने चढ़ावा देने से ऐसा उससे सिर्फ खुश नहीं होता है, वो आपका मन से जितना आप उसको मानेगा, प्यार करेगा, उससे खुश होता है. मोरल है, God and goddesses deserve true faith and love and dedication more than any other sacrifice. Thank you.
आपतानी कहानी के बाद हम कॉकबोरक भाषा में सुनेंगे विजय देवबर्मा जी के.
Respected Chairperson, Madam Vandna Tete ji, my fellow beloved writers, audience. I am from Tripura. My mother tongue is Kokborok. At the very outset, I extend my thanks and gratitude to Sahitya Akademi. Actually, I just want to share one information that legendary singers, 2 legendary singers, R.D. Burman and S.D. Burman, who contributed greatly in Hindi cinema. They also belongs to my community. Right. Now, the story what I'm going to present is about the plight, suffering, and exploitation of tribal people in my state in the last decade of 1960 and 70s. As directed by Madam Ji, few words I will narrate in my mother tongue Kokborok. Then straightway I will go to the English translation. The title in Kokborok is Kormot Sati Makai Kamini Kormotifa. Small Chikon Satwisha Sati Makai. Obrinara Achugoi Sorbojoi. Bua Hututui Nakha Fasing Naharo. Kamani Nokhawo Chumui Nujagoi Tonka. Now I will go to the English translation. Small stream flowing quietly by the side of small Tripuri hamlet also called Satimakai. Sorbojoriang, sitting at the bank of stream, look at the sky. Yesterday, sky was deep blue, without trace of any cloud. Today, on the on the north side, piece of sky is occupied by dark. Sun is just rising above the Longtai hill with its bright red majestic color. Strip of sun rays fall straightly on the small forehead of Sorbojoy and illuminated it brightly. Sorbojoy is stout, healthy, muscular body. Blood vessels are so prominent that it looks like swollen leech after the feast on blood. There may be rainfall, Sorbojoy murmured himself. Sorbojoy has brought wood charcoal from his home. He brushes his teeth with charcoal for a while, then gargles vigorously, collecting handful of water from the stream. Sorbojoy remembered his dream of last night where he saw a black dog was barking in his room with full of ripe paddy. He became a bit worried. Is it a good sign or ominous? From his grandpa and grandma and other elders, he came to know interpretation of different dreams. Seeing fish dream is indicative of good luck, such as there's possibility to earn money. Seeing fire means big trouble, like quarreling or family discord. Seeing flower in dream means wedding or union between lovers. But he does not have any idea about seeing black dog. What Goria deity wanted to predict his future for him by showing dog in the dream. As usual, his wife wake up early in the morning, grinded rice in Romo and Rasam. This is the tool for rice grinding in the powder to prepare breakfast. The sound of rice grinding wake up Sorbojoy. Sorbojoy poses hillock at Haping Copper, where his family practicing jum cultivation. They mainly grows garwa kitting rice, varieties of vegetable like banta, khunjrupui, badia, cotton hill, cotton, chili, etc. Winter is at the bars of setting. Early in the morning, little chill is felt. In the June, paddy started assuming yellow color. After a few weeks, all paddy will arrive and June will cover by yellow color as if June has worn yellow colored garment. Besides repeating of paddy, it is also time for flower to bloom. Whether it is in the hamlet or in wilderness, a riot of colors set in variety of flowers everywhere. Indeed, if rainfall in ultimate season, it will act as a spoiler. All crops will ruin and curse will spill upon all the farmers. Sorbojoy thought, looking at the sky worriedly. Hapung Kobar is far away from home. It takes almost half a day to reach the destination. Sorbojoy's zoom consists of 4 hillocks. Their zoom is surrounded by deep jungle in all around. 3 days back, Sorbojoy got very bad news from his nephew Goronjoy. The forest is infested with monkey, wild boar, and also varieties of bird, which are waiting for the right time to feast on the ripe paddy in their zoom. Goronjoy went to forest to collect wood. While returning home, he came across his uncle's zoom where he noticed the destruction of paddy and other crops and vegetables by the wild boar. Sizable amount has been ruined. The bad news was just like a bolt from the blue for Sorbojoy. From Goronjoy's description, he could assess the extent of loss and damage. For their livelihood, they depend heavily on the zoom. Whatever they need for their livelihood, the zoom provides them. Soil is very fertile. Yield is very good, and it is enable them to meet all the need of the family. Sorbojoy became very anxious and restless. His wife has ever to burst into tears hearing the news. Sorbojoy somehow console her. The zoom is not only feed them throughout the year, but also he can sell excess paddy and other vegetables at the market. The forest surrounding their zoom is large enough. There is no doubt of food for wild animal, including wild boar. But this greedy wild animal have special attraction towards paddy and other crops in the June. Sarbojoy became very angry and annoyed. He cursed the wild goats for destroying his paddy. The morning sun has left the summit of long drive. Sarbojoy returned home without wasting time. Sarbojoy and his family members have already taken all precautions last night. So they can start very early in the morning towards Hapung Kobor. 5 other persons, which include his younger brother Durbajoy, his nephew Goranjoy, Wakhirai, and the year of his village, lastly his youngest daughter Kormoti. Kormoti is very much attached to his father. All the time she wants father's companion. Initially, Sarbojoy was reluctant to take daughter along with them. But when Kormoti started crying and refused food, Sarbojoy has no other alternative left but to comply her daughter. Sarbojoy and his team will stay for at least 4 to 5 days at their jum to deal with the wild goats and also to protect his paddy and other crops. Sarbojoy has a makeshift called guiding in the middle of the jum for staying, and it is big enough to accommodate all the person accompanying him. All the necessary items like utensils, rice, dry fish, they are carrying with them. Not only household, additionally they also carrying bow, arrow, spear, country-made gun, handmade gunpowder. They have to be very careful while carrying country-made gun because carrying gun is illegal. If caught, it can invite big trouble for them. So they have wrapped the gun with cloth in such a way that it becomes difficult to recognize it as a gun from outside. Nowadays, forester and police persons are frequenting in the interior hill area and creating trouble for persons like Sarbojoy and others. Forests are forbidding them not to practice shifting cultivation in their jum, claiming that the hills, land, and forest belongs to the government. Sarbojoy and other persons are practicing in shifting cultivation from generation to generation. All this land and forest belongs to them, which they have inherited from their forefather. Now government is claiming that they don't have any land right. Once the village boundaries crossed, the forest area start. The interior far-flung area does not have any government-built road. People are using country route covered with red-colored soil and gravel. On the both side of the road, covered with grasses, bushes, and varieties of trees. The route has proceeded like a python snake, assuming zigzag pattern. Further distance they cover, denser the forest become. Endless varieties of trees they come across on the both side of the road. There are also a number of wildflowers of different types. The gentle breeze blowing, carrying the wild but sweet smell of jungle and wildflowers. Different kind of birds are singing, chirping, and here is no body to disturb them. Number of butterflies are flying and dancing over the bushes of wildflower. Some are sitting over it, and some are feasting on sweet flower juice. Kormoti is very curious. While walking and with father, she looks around right and left. There are so many varieties of bird. Each bird have different color, different sound, different size. It is unique experience for Kormoti. Plenty of bamboo or different varieties, different size, shape present throughout the forest area. Some bamboos are very tall. Even it crosses a big, tall tree as if they are competing with each other. Thus, bamboo shakes left and right in unison when gentle breeze flow, creating strange sound. Hearing the sound, Kormoti amazed and asked his father, Daddy, what is that sound? Sarbojoy replied, My dear, when the breeze flows, the bamboo talk to each other. Can do talk like us? Like human being? Kormoti puzzled. Sarbojoy replied, After crossing a small swamp area, they come across a sheltered hillock. They call it Hatung Chongdari. There are plenty of wild fruits, which looks like a jackfruit, but small in size. A flock of monkeys are seen on the trees. Some are sitting in the branches. Some are busy in collecting fruits and feasting on it. Some are quarreling themselves. The road passes close to the solitary hillock. The monkeys, seeing the human being, they started looking at them curiously. Kormoti laughs when she sees the monkey are looking at them, making funny gesture and scratching their body instantly. Sun started tilting towards the west. It is just afternoon. At noon, sun was scorching. Now it has become little bit pleasant. They have walked a great distance. Now only couple of hours left to reach their destination. At late afternoon, Sarvajoy and his team reached their Zoom. For almost 2 years at his Zoom, as he was engaged with other work. 4 hillocks are covered with paddy. As ripening started, the paddy started assuming yellow color. It seems somebody have covered the whole 4 hillocks with yellow color cloth. The view of Zoom delighted Sarvajoy. His joy is boundless. The soil of Zoom is very fertile. Timely rain, timely care awarded him lavishly with plenty yield. The yield will feed his whole family throughout the year and also will provide additional income to meet of the family. Sarvajoy gave a great sigh and exclaimed, "Right." Kormoti jumped in joy and said, yes, daddy, we have arrived." Suddenly, Sarvajoy noticed reddish color, something covering the top of the yellow ripe paddy. It is flock of wild bird. Thousands of them are fish eating the paddy. These birds are called piara. They are very notorious to steal paddy. Sarvajoy grind his teeth with anger. Chulele, chulele! All of them shouted in chorus. The loud sound echoed in far distance. The bird, frightened and flew altogether at a time, making noise. Sarvajoy cursed them. Let them be eaten with fox and cats. When flocks of birds disappear into blue sky in far distance, Sarvajoy becomes little bit relaxed. He touches the paddy with tender hand, lower his head and smell the paddy, taking deep breath. Indeed, this year yield is very good. We'll be able to gather additional paddy and other crops, which will fetch good sum of money by selling in the market. He has large borrowing from shopkeepers and money lenders. He will be able to repay the loan to some extent. There is narrow route amid the paddy for access to the makeshift called guiding. Sarvajoy and others started heading towards the guiding. After tiresome work, everybody become very hungry. Guiding is the makeshift situated in the middle of the Zoom. It is built in a style of dark bungalow, couple of feet above the ground. There is staircase made up of bamboo to climb. Everybody entered the guiding except Goronjoy. He has gone to look around the surroundings and overall condition of the Zoom. Sarvajoy's brother and Wakirai takes preparation to cook food. There is provision to cook food inside the guiding. Sarvajoy looks at the Zoom from the top of the guiding. He can have bird's eye view of his Zoom, also surrounding forest nearby. For almost 3 generations, Sarvajoy are doing Zoom cultivation in this piece of land. He remembered his grandpa and grandma. Both of them were expert singers. They used to sing Jaduni while planting crops and also while harvesting. Sarvajoy used to accompany them. His grandpa used to ask some question through song to his grandma, and grandma used to answer through singing. Sarvajoy used to enjoy their duet. During those days, those time, forest was more dense, full of tiger, deer, bear, elephant, and other wild animals. Now forests are rapidly disappearing. So is the wild animal also. Nowadays, there is no trace of tiger anymore. Those days, indeed, was a golden days. Sarvajoy relieved a big sigh. Suddenly, Sarvajoy became alert. He heard somebody coming hurriedly towards them. It must be Goronjoy. His presumption is right. Yes, it is Goronjoy. Goronjoy shouted, Uncle, we are ruined. What of Goronjoy pierces like his heart? What of Goronjoy pierces his heart like bullet? Something omen has occurred. Adrenaline rushes through his blood, Sarbojoy's blood vessel. His heart beat fast. What happened, Goronjoy? While asking, his voice trembled. Goronjoy arrived below the guiding. As he's running, he is out of breath for a while. He answered, "Wild boars have ruined half of the hillock on western side. Paddy, crows, vegetable, everything gone. How much damage could have been caused?" Sarbojoy asked. "Almost half a quintal, maybe, uncle." "Oh my God, this too much." Sarbojoy's face turned pale. He felt very much feeble, as if all strength is drained out of his body. Sarbojoy hurriedly climbed down from the guiding. He told his nephew, "Let's go and see." Goronjoy said, Goronjoy said, "Day for yesterday, when I saw the damage was not that extensive. Those boats might have come yesterday night for second time." When Sarbojoy, accompanied by nephew, reached the spot, he could see the extent of destruction done to his doom. It is not only mere destruction, but also shattering of his dream, smashing of his future. The extent of damage is more than Goronjoy's description. He put both his hand over his head and sit down on the ground like an uprooted tree. 3/4 of one hillock totally destroyed. The lost Paddy could have fetched him more than half quintal of rice, which could have feed his whole family for at least 6 months. Time? Acha, acha. Goronjoy could understand his uncle's anger, frustration, and worry. Goronjoy said, "Uncle, I swear in the name of our God, I would not spare single of boar which have destroyed our crops and paddy one by one. All of them will pay a price." By the time other also have come to the spot, Kormoti and his, along with his Kormoti, look at his father's face. He could feel father's pain and sadness. Sarbojoy and all other returned to the guiding. Sun has begun to set. Sky was changed its color. Dark clouds disappeared. Number of broken colorful clouds make its majestic appearance in the west side of the sky. Soft and pleasant sunshine are reflected in the cloud, creating mystic and wonderful beauty. All the wild birds started returning to their nests, stork spreading their white wing are flying in flock. Sarbojoy asks Wakirai to engage his daughter outside guiding. He sits with rest to discuss strategy to deal with the menace of the wild boar. Sarbojoy understood that if no action is taken, remaining paddy and crops will be destroyed. Because of unexpected development, they have skipped the lunch, so everybody is hungry and angry as well. Goronjoy said, "Uncle, we must hunt them down." Durbajoy nods his head in support. Sarbojoy said, "Get ready, everybody, but be careful. Wild boars are very notorious and ferocious. When they hurt, they become mad. Can do anything. I think tonight also the boats will come for feast." Sarbojoy and others take dinner early and prepare their country-made gun, bow and arrow, and other sub-weapons. After dinner, Kormoti fall asleep very fast. It's also very tired. He also very tired after a long journey. New moon night. The dark night has engulfed the forest, the zoom. Everything is dark. The grass, the trees, the bushes, the zoom, everything. The wild boars are also dark in color. So it will be very difficult to identify them separately in darkness. So solely based on the sound and contrast of darkness, they can identify their prey. Sky is full of stars, some are twinkling, some are standstill. Firefly are roaming here and there over the grass and bushes. Inside the forest, fowl and fox are howling. Somewhere in the vicinity, sitting at the top of the branches tree, and owl is hooting. Sarbojoy and others have loaded their gun. They spread all around, seated quietly, waiting for the sounders mean the flock of these boats. Their prey. Sarbojoy is sitting on the east side. His eye and ear is at highest alert. Slightest slackness may endanger his he and his companion's life. In the municipal wild bird poses great threat to their livelihood each year. Zoom is only their source of their livelihood. It feed them, provide them additional money, enable them to run their family. But when their Zoom is destroyed by the wild animal, wild bird, they left with nothing but to starve. Sorbozar and other villagers went to the government official, block development officer, Panchayat secretary, apprised them about their plight several times, but no remedy for government side. Suddenly, Sorbozar ear pick up some faint sounds, something approaching cautiously. By contrast of darkness, Sorbozar did not find any difficult to identify the sounder. Their number must be large enough, 10 to 12, maybe Sorbozar presumed a large boar with big tusks is leading the group. Sorbozar pointed his gun at male boar and fired. There is flashes of light with smoke. The boar hit on the head and it instantly died. Altogether, 4 boars are hunted. They could have hunted more, but loading of gun engagement takes time. The boars have taken a lesson with their life. Now they will think 100 times to fish in the Zoom. Committee awakened in the sound of the gun fire. Find herself alone, started crying in fear, calling his father, Sorbozoy, and other ensued all the boats and dead. All the boats are dead. They return at guiding without further delay. In the morning, they will collect the boats. Huh? Okay, last line for them. They were arrested by this forester and personnel, no? And that was what I have escaped. They have been arrested by the police officers. They have been tortured. They've been bound by the rope. They are able to prisoners from hill with weapons, and their hunted deer boats spread like wildfire. Almost all people from the market gather in the large number in front of police station. Everybody want to have glimpses of arrested wild people with only one piece of cloth in their body. The police station situated just by the side of the road. Because of large gathering, road become blocked and is disrupted the movement of the vehicle. The block development officer returning to his office after accomplishing his assignment, his vehicle also stuck. He himself become anxious and sees such large gathering. He get down from his vehicle and walk to the police station. The officer in charge of the police apprised him of all the video. Asks the officer, please, you take me to arrested person. I want to meet them. Officers comply. Sarvajay saw the video. He can recognize him. He has met several times before. The video became furious as annoyed at police personnel at their human dealing with Sarvajay and others. Video told the officer angrily, is this person not human being? Or they are human being or animal? Why don't you apply your mind, torturing the innocent people? Release them unconditionally with dignity. They are human being. Treat them like human. If you don't comply, I will inform the superiors. The last line I just skip. They are now started. They release and they yeah. Karmuti was very angry. She has not taken anything since morning. She also refused food offered by the at police station. Daddy, I'm hungry. Give me some food. Karmuti begged to his father. Sobrey said, my dear, this is jungle. No food available here. Within few hours, we will reach our home and we can have food. For now, keep patience. Karmuti, not impressed by his father, reasoning, she continued crying, demanding food. They came across one stream on road, not so much deep, maybe up to knee. While crossing the stream, Sorbozay lost his patience and at the constant cry of his daughter, he slapped his daughter once at her tender cheek. Karmuti cried more loudly and said to his father, Daddy, don't beat me. I won't ask for food anymore. Karmuti pierced his heart. Karmuti's word pierced his heart. He cannot bear a tear roll out of his eye. Sorbozay at the middle of the stream Due to the step, small waves are produced and it is spread every direction. Committee was holding notes given by video in his small hand. He ungripped it. Few numbers of notes fall on the water. There is reflection of sickle-shaped moon and the star on the stream water. The reflection is wavering due to the wave. The fallen notes float away towards lower stream amid wavering reflection and wave. Committee fall asleep. Suddenly, pin drop silence descended everywhere except their footstep. Thank you. I'm taking the
Thank
beg
you.
your pardon. And thank
धन्यवाद
you all for the patience hearing.
धन्यवाद विजय देवर्मा जी. ये कहानी है. कोई हम अपना भाषण नहीं देते हैं कि मैं आपको कहूं कि रुक जाइए, क्योंकि आधी कहानी सुन करके कहानी का मजा खत्म हो जाता है. लेकिन समय की बाध्यता है हम सबों के साथ, और 3 प्लस मैं 4 लोग हैं यहाँ पे. तो बाकी जो कथाकार हैं, कहानीकार हैं, उनसे मेरा आग्रह रहेगा कि समय का ध्यान अवश्य रखें. अगली कहानी पाठ के लिए मैं ख्रुवोलू तेनिडी भाषा से ख्रुवोलू आपको आमंत्रित करती हूँ. प्लीज मेरी परीक्षा ना ले, मुझे संकट में ना डालें.
Good afternoon. This is our language. Respected chairperson, thank you for giving me this opportunity to share Tinide stories. First, I'll read Tinide, and then I'll read in English later. This is the story recently written by me and my co-author, Victor Zokehyo. The title of this story is Gekre Mie Mhake Hupori Hokuleya. Love conquered everything. Tiedze Rana Poza Kevicha Zuba Iza Ponu Gekrelwe Po Unye Temibaya Po Zaliro Legule Mupojo Zaliro Zinyo Cha. Pojo Popenyo Certain Po Liro Kekrimia Fipolile Di Pobunu Pon Hitunu Poteke. Pon Hitunu Boy Terrokesho Zalale gets a Liro Pojo Gekri Ferry Silada. Po Tenu Gekri Les Hamodi Pojos Fe Mu Siegeta Sie Pojo Tefumia Yopongugeles Ugomise Samibaya. Hunye po pochezeu po pozeme ko zeri roho ketsa nouveau si tu di po pe nouveau jegetsaki temi po uko ketchada temi ha te romie zapo mo temi me ketchada le ro si mez ko gere mez ko teshbe ki jeve luta ha fe ke merit chedi temi ko ke dedaya pochezeu mo pozeme ko temi mi chedi tadi uko gri penuvor deri vor ke ziki uko ta hulegen da sikezla uko poti hor liba mu poti hor like baki leke mo pono pozeme boy ko ke dedi je tembi ncheza de la vor je ho si she si te pocheze mi chedi repri ta she mu ta she ke ziki po lemo ke ba hono no po ta ke shla po ke de thorwa di po ta shmu che thale mu Tetsulada de Michesedi Tetsudi, for Uko Smedi, Tavordi Penuzole, Penuzole Zori for Michet Torque, Walla, Pocket Torque, Walla, boy Sholeda, City, boy Shogeleso, no, Poke Show Ville Modisiada. Gekrelwe Poshizo Segeta. No ponusho segeza se siebo ugo temie zageza lanu temie kresegeza ugelhuno temie kresegeza wo gishiki ni zade zori metserpro zade zori kepele zade zori so se bo yechedel huya muke mejese ke mengarise tenu me zofgeza lanu bo ke mejese del huvor gekrelwe gejono huvor zegeza Vorte che sono poche mese del ho che volano poche query nisera se si poche il hunu recramota le canze che za po futsali ro po pom hasini se sidi po pom hasini se sidi po kelhono so sa target search 某波不在不给这，如果人那努给这个不给这波线给他给，波不在不给这，我个人我人那面上么给的和你和别这些说的，他们呢，如果和别说掉了Harry uko zedi jashe pada dio idi puda zese rona mi gori ponu yu ke khale di uko temies ko sa ko ma da she si zela no me pro uko okay sedi uko ya pe ke she nyo ko ke kre so sa se pu pe to se si di ke krem ha ke hu bori uko ki pu mu uko bono ho nye ho kresi
कपने लगा। वो सोचने लगा, ये कैसी आवाज है। ऐसे में घर की छत से उसे एक डरावनी आवाज सुनाई दी। लट कर उठ, पहला आवाज है। वो डरता हुआ खड़ा हो गया। फिर एक आवाज आई, लट। वो डरता हुआ बैठ गया। इस तरह एक दो बार नहीं बल्कि सारी रात वही आवाजें आती रही। लटकर उठ, लटकर बैठ। लटकर धर के मारे घी को चलते दीपक की मध्यम रोशनी में सारी रात उठक बैठक करता रहा। सुबह होने के साथ साथ एक जोरदार आवाज के साथ वो चीज छत से चली गई और आवाज भी बंद हो गई। थोड़ी देर बाद लम्हाई बूढ़ा गांव के घर से की हालत देखकर उसे बड़ी घबराहट हुई और उसने लटकर से पूछा कि क्या हुआ। लटके ने रात की सारी घटनाएं धरते धरते सुना दी। सारी बात सुनने के बाद पिता ने कहा, यह भूत ही है जो लोगों की परीक्षा लेता है। इस घटना से पहले लटकर उठ, लटकर बैठ बोलने वाली कोई चिड़िया नहीं थी। उसी रात से लटकर नामक चिड़िया का जन्म हुआ। ऐसी किंवदंती हमारे समाज में प्रचलित है। आजकल भी हमारे गांव में आधी रात को ये चिड़ियाएं बोलने लगती है और सारी रात ऐसी ही आवाजें निकालती रहती है। मैं जब 5-6 साल की थी तब मेरे पिताजी ने सुबह 2 और 3 बजे के बीच में ये कहानी मुझे सुनाया था। इसे लिखकर मैंने एक पुस्तक भी बनाया। इसी से ये कहानी मैंने आप लोग को भी सुनाया। धन्यवाद।
हमारे अंतिम कहानीकार हैं नबाम नखा हिना। बिल्कुल, आपका धन्यवाद है। हाँ, नबाम नखा हिना, निसी।
Thank you. Am I audible? So the story is between the relations between sun and human. It's very interesting. This is the fundamental belief system of our tribe, that is Avotani group of tribes of Arunachal Pradesh. So I'll just start in brief from the how universe began. So rim rim nyodong ram ram. Jimmy Jama Mimi Mama. That means the world was in jelly form, shapeless, soundless, and lifeless. Then Chene Rulum Dolang a jailing. Chene Rulu Dolang a jailing. Chene Relak a jailing. Chene Relang a jailing. Means the energy, agent of energy is called Chene, that come with the sound. And then okay. Then when there was 4 forms of the agent of energy, like in which is called Chene. With the formations of these 4 energies, after formation of 4 energy, the wind started blowing, and then certain substance get dried, and then celestial bodies like sun, moon, star, and all. So this is in brief. So after the formations of the earth, life start in the earth. Then the soil came into being, the rock came into being, and water came into being. And then sun energy reached on earth. And then with the help of that sun energy, the one larva appear on earth, that is called Ngarngum Tapum Ngarnam. From that Ngarngum Tapum one larva, then the life expanded, the mutation process started, continue, and several form of life came into being. So this is just first part. Then finally, what happened? The Abu Tani did bullying. Then Abu Tani human being, the human-like creature came into being on earth. And there are thousands of generations of Tani, means human being. There are thousands of generations of Tani, Abu Tani, means human generations were millions and millions of Tani, and we simply call it in common Tani. Like there are Nikum Tani, Nia Tani, Nidik Tani, Nima Tani, Nikum Tani, Oi Tani, Nyai Tani, Nidar Tani. Nidar Tani means real human form. So then, what happened? Tani was a wishful creature. Mother's son got married. So after getting married with the Doni Aichumji, one of the daughter, then they had a baby son. Then they need babysitter. And Doni Aichumji wanted that Abotani, her husband, should go to her mother's abode and then bring one of her sister for babysitting, helping in babysitting. Then Doni Aichumji instructed Abotani, her husband, that there are two routes to go to the mother son's abode. One is Hitsoko, Hatsoko. Hitsoko means what frequently used by the epitome of poverty and then unwanted things. And then Hatsoko was a root of the prosperity and happiness. Abotani, out of curiosity, what did he did exactly opposite to the instructions of his wife Doni Aichumji. And then on the way he got robbed by the epitome of the poverty, and then he could not go to his mother-in-law house, nor was in a position to face his own wife and children, and he turned himself into dog and rich house, and then sleeping in his own house in the form of dog. Then Donya Chumji, Abotani's wife, sensed something wrong and doubt. Donya Chumji tested, conducted order, and spat on her palm. And if you are dog, you lick my spat, and if you are not real dog, you don't spat. And then that was proved to be Abotani. And then, out of frustrations, Donya Chumji deserted Abotani, and then Abotani again was lonely and man of poverty. Then what happened? Abotani got so angry and frustrated, and he decided to destroy the universe, including himself. And then that was so message for the god and goddesses, deities of this universe, and they convinced the Abotani, you please don't take up that extreme decisions and destroy this universe, and we will help you to get married with the second daughter of Anedoni again. And then Abotani also agreed to marry the second daughter of Anedoni, the mother's son, and then her name was Jangte Ane. So then, very interesting situation actually erupted during this second marriage time, when Abotani agreed to marry one of the second daughter of Anedoni, mother's son. The other deities, the evil force, also started claiming that I will marry Jangtene, and why only Abotani should marry his daughter of mother's son. And then they were in competition mood. So then Abotani again turns himself into the beetle, jewel beetle, or the smallest bird, and then he poured the semen on the forehead of mother. This is Jangte Ane, and then she got pregnant. And then mother Jangte Ane was shocked without having any contact with the opposite partner. How comes she got pregnant? And then they're taking advantage of that innocence and then innocent situations, and the other deities and evil force also started claiming that I am the father of that children still in the womb of Jangtene. As every deities, every means evil force, they started claiming. Then Jangte Ane was in dilemma. ये मेरा साथ क्या हो गया है? मैं किसी मर्दों का साथ संबंध रखा है नहीं, मेरा बच्चा कोख में कहाँ से बच्चा आ गया है? Then she again decided to go for order, and she said, wait, you all the claimant, you wait till the final day. उन्होंने बोला, जंगते आने ने बोला है कि अगर यहाँ हाथ से में बच्चा जन्म निकलता है तो ये चीज का होगा, या मुंह से निकलता तो वो आपका होगा, या आँख से निकलता तो आपका होगा, कान से निकलता तो आपका होगा, पाँव से निकलता तो आपका होगा, निकलने से आपका होगा. If naturally born like other living creature, and it will belong to Abotani बोला है, and exactly ऐसे ही हुआ, naturally वो बच्चा को जन्म देता है. Then also evil spirits, evil forces were not happy, they were not satisfied. बोलता है कि नहीं ये गलत हो गया है, we are not going to listen to what Jangte Ane says. Again, there was a competition, archery competitions, and again Abotani win that archery competitions. ऐसे करके, and then this is the time when Abotani reached to the mother son's abode, and then they were settling, the Abotani and his family was settling in between mother son and the kingdom of mother son and earth, in between. दोनों का बीच में धरती और आसमान, ये धरती और सूर्य का बीच में अलग जगह दुनिया एक बसा हुआ था. Then they were doing that competitions. So after that, what happened? Abotani married Jangtene. Then the evil force, the Satan जो बोले, deities जो भी बोले, they were again after the life of Abotani and to inherit the human race from this universe. Then Jangte Ane started playing role as a protector. The mother son started playing as a protector and an helper, an ultimate saver of the human generations on this world. And Jangte ne bolta hai ki this the whom to byad between place between the earth and the sky is not safe for you and your children. Better you go back to your earth and then you live a better life there. ऐसे करके उनको the container of life, seeds and souls को बेच के कंटेनर में बेच के देता है, बोलता है कि Abotani with the instruction that until and unless you reach earth, don't open this container which contains the life and soul and seeds of the crops. The Abotani again mischief persons. He opened the container on the way and then the seeds and crop soul started screaming. And usko sunke Satan log pir picha karta, other deities also they become competitor. And then they took control of major portion of the crops, seeds and life. This is our belief system. तो ऐसे होके then also Abotani was very powerful. Abotani जो शैतान क्या भगवान दूसरा भगवान क्या करता, deities क्या करता देख सकता था. And the deities, other deities and then Satan's or the evil force were very in view of the Abotani's power. और देख हर चीज को देख सकता, काल क्या होने वाला, आज क्या होने वाला, अभी कौन क्या कर रहा है. Every that power Abotani had. उसको बोलता है निगम डूंगरंग, देखने का जो हर चीज पास्ट प्रेजेंट फ्यूचर को देख सकने वाला. उसका वो जो Abotani का साथ में था, तो उसको चिनने के लिए शैतान लोग ने तरीका दूना. Then they organize a rope swinging competitions, and Abotani was also invited on that rope swinging competitions. And then Abotani को वहाँ में ट्रैप करके रखता है, तो डिमांड करता है कि शैतान और अदर डेटीज बोलता है कि वो शक्ति जो देखने का शक्ति जो है, हम लोग को जो देख सकता है, वो शक्ति को हमको देना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो आपका जान को खतरा है, परिवार को, इंसानियत को खतरा है, बोलता है. एंड Abotani उसको कहीं छुपा के रखा था. आखिरी में उपाय नहीं होके Abotani बता देता कि वो जगह में मैं छुपा के रखा हूँ. Then they started fighting among themselves, and तो उससे Abotani शैतान को देखना खत्म हो जाता, शैतान को देख नहीं पाता है. But the evil force, the other deities can see what human being can do, is doing and will do. ऐसे है. So with this, ऐसे करके then because of this, in our ritual, in our chanting, Nisi ritual and chanting, we invoke sun as the protector, like Jark Donibe, Tapung Donibe, Lok Donibe, Loru Donibe, Jari Donibe, Asu Donibe, healer and protector. पूरा डेटीज का नाम लेके सन का नाम को जोड़ के पूरा डेटीज का साथ जोड़ता है कि यू आर द प्रोटेक्टर, यू आर दिस फॉर्म ऑफ गॉड, यू आर दैट फॉर्म ऑफ गॉड. ऐसे करके तो सन का बारे में बहुत चैंटिंग करता है. एंड वेरी इंटरेस्टिंगली इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग आई एम शेयरिंग, यहाँ में दिखाने का जगह होता तो मैं थोड़ा दिखा भी सकता था. अभी भी हमारा समाज में जो बोन ब्रोकन होता है, पुजारी लोग चैंटिंग करके मेडिकल सरेंडर करने वाला को अभी भी जोड़ता है. That capacity we have. And आज का दिन में भी वो जो सन का नाम में लेके हमारा जो एल्टर बोलता है, हम लोग युगंग बोलता है, घर में हम लोग जो भी चैंटिंग रिचुअल होता है, तो वो एल्टर को हम लोग कंपल्सरीली वो सन का डिपिक्टिंग द सन एज ए प्रोटेक्टर, उसको हम लोग अपना घर में लगा के रखता है. तो फाइनली आप लोग मेरा पीछे बोलिए, अतर तो आने दोनी, Teriato anedoni, Rengiato anedoni. उसका ये अर्थ को मैं बताऊंगा. Mother son, be strong, be protector of me, us, and be a blesser of us.
आप सभी श्रोताओं को और हमारे इस सत्र के पांचों भाषाओं के कथाकारों को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. ये बहुत मुश्किल वाला समय होता है अध्यक्ष के लिए जब कहानियां सुनाई जा रही हों, क्योंकि हम उसको बीच में रोक नहीं सकते, उसको कह नहीं सकते जल्दी जल्दी पढ़ो, क्योंकि कहानी पाठ अगर हमको सुनना है तो अच्छे से सुनो, और नहीं तो फिर ना सुनो। लेकिन आप लोगों ने बहुत अच्छी तरह से कहानियां सुनाई, और हमने पांचों भाषाओं को सुना, उनकी ध्वनियों को सुना, और ये जो कहानियां अनुवाद के रूप में हम लोगों ने सुना, जब मुझे महसूस होता है कि जब हम मूल भाषाओं में इनको सुनते होंगे, पढ़ते होंगे लोग, तो उसमें कितना रस होता होगा, कितना अच्छा लगता होगा, क्योंकि इन पांचों कहानियों में हम लोगों ने हमारे आदिवासी जीवन की परेशानियों, अपनी परंपराओं, हमारे साथ हो रहे तमाम घटनाओं को, जो अच्छी भी हैं और जो बुरी भी हैं, उन सभी को हम लोगों ने देखा, सुना और महसूस किया, क्योंकि हम सभी लोग जहाँ से आ रहे हैं, जिस भी कम्युनिटी से आ रहे हैं, इन सब चीजों को अपने आसपास होते देख रहे हैं। एक अच्छी कहानी का सबसे महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा होता है कि वो आपको बांधे रखती है। तो निश्चित तौर पे मातृभाषाओं में जो मदर लैंग्वेज है, उसमें ही जब ये कहानी सुनाई जाती होंगी या जो लोग पढ़ते होंगे, वो बिल्कुल उसमें घुस जाते होंगे, उनको महसूस कर पाते होंगे। जबकि हम यहाँ पे अंग्रेजी और हिंदी में सुन रहे हैं, तो हमें वो बहुत अच्छी लग रही हैं। हमने अपने बीच में जो जिस सामूहिकता की बात कहते हैं, जूम खेती की बात इन्होंने की, न्याय व्यवस्था जो है हमारी, जो अभी की जो न्याय व्यवस्था है, जो जुडिशरी है, उससे अलग हम देखेंगे कि उनकी कहानियों में हम देख रहे हैं। चैटिंग की प्रेडिक्ट की बात यहाँ भी आई कि कैसे चूंकि हम प्रकृति के साथ रहते हैं, और प्रकृति हमको सिखाती है कि हम उसको समझें, उसको सुने, और उसके आधार पे अपने बीच होने वाली घटनाओं के बारे में समझ सके। और कई सारी चीजों को बताया एफआरए के बारे में भी, कैसे हम इस जंगल के, इस जमीन के प्रोटेक्टर होने के बाद भी जंगल से हमारा जो जुड़ाव है, उसको खत्म करने की कोशिश हो रही है लगातार। हमारे लोग जो जंगलों पर निर्भर रहते रहे हैं, उनको आज जंगल में घुसने की मनाही है, जंगल से फसल लेने की मनाही है। और जबकि जानवरों के साथ, जंगल के जानवरों के साथ हमारी बातचीत होती है, हम उनको समझते हैं, वो हमको समझते हैं, लेकिन जो बाहर से हम लोगों को देखते हैं, उनको लगता है कि हमारे से ही ज्यादा नुकसान जंगल को है, जमीन को है, जानवरों को है, जबकि हमारे संबंधों को हमारे पूर्वजों के समय से ही ये संबंध चले आ रहे हैं। एक अलिखित कहीं कोई रिटर्न ऐसा नहीं है जहाँ पे कि हम लोग एक दूसरे की बात समझ सकते हैं या नहीं। हुए हैं, लेकिन जैसे ही वो आ रहे हैं अपने हिस्से को लेने के लिए, हमारे लोग वहां से हट जाते हैं। वो एक समझदारी की बात है, एक दूसरे के साथ बॉन्डिंग की बात है, और हम एक दूसरे को समझते हुए, सपोर्ट करते हुए अपना जीवन जो है वो जंगलों में, पहाड़ों में, नदियों के किनारे जी रहे हैं। ये सारी चीजें हमारी कहानियों में आ रही है, और यही है मेरा आप लोगों से, मैं कहानी नहीं लिखती हूँ, लेकिन मैं एक अच्छे पाठक और की भूमिका में आना चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि मेरी माँ कहानी लिखती रही हैं, तो मैं उनकी पहली पाठक रही, उनकी पहली प्रतिक्रिया मैं उनको देती रही। तो इसलिए मैं सुनना चाहती थी, और विभिन्न भाषाओं में सुन करके उसका अनुवाद, क्योंकि अनुवाद में हम जान रहे हैं कि बहुत सारी दिक्कतें हैं हमारी भाषाओं से। हिंदी या अंग्रेजी में ऐसा कोई बहुत सारे वर्ड्स हैं जो नहीं मिलते हैं। अभी विजय जी ने जिस तरह की कहानी बताई, हमारे यहाँ भी एक चिड़िया होती है, वो ठीक इसी समय में महुआ का जो पेड़ है, उसमें जब फल लगता है और वो जब पकता है, तो वो चिड़िया बोलती है कि ठोसो पाको, ठोसो पाको, ठोसो पाको, ठोसो पाको। तो मैं जब बहुत दिनों बाद गई जंगल में, तो मुझे लगा ये कहीं मिल लगाया गया है क्या, जो ये पुक 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 आवाज आ रही है। फिर बाद में ध्यान सुना तो मुझे लगा कि अरे नहीं, ये तो ठोसो पको बोल रही। लेकिन वही चिड़िया मौसम बदलने के बाद दूसरी आवाज लगाती है। तो ये सारी चीजें हमारे पूर्वजों ने हम लोगों तक पहुंचाई है पुरखा कथाओं के माध्यम से, और उसको हम अभी रीराइट कर रहे हैं। साथ ही हम अभी के समय में जितनी चीजें हमारे आसपास में हो रही हैं, उन चीजों को भी लिख रहे हैं। जो हमारी